You can't blame the moon on this Jane Byrne interchange project, because that's making everybody crazy.
You can't blame me either. No. I've been getting blamed a lot for this. I do not schedule the construction, everyone. I just hope you get around it. Speaking of getting around it, right now you want to avoid the Kennedy and the Ryan between Ohio and Harrison. It is a single lane only, so take Halstead. That's a good alternate.
I've had a lot of people come up to me. They are very excited because if you step out this door right in front of me, we can actually see the star on the side of the Hyatt Regency Chicago. So while we felt like we might be a little bit farther away from the action, I can actually see it. So we'll be able to go outside when those fireworks go off, and we have the countdown to 2016, and I'll be able to watch it rise up the side of the Hyatt Chicago just like you guys do. Back to you, Mario and Courtney.
Happy Monday, everyone. Thanks so much for clicking on. I'm Marley Kayden, and this is Most Actives, where we take a look at the day's most traded options. A huge reconstruction project continues to keep crews busy, and lanes closed this weekend at the Jane Byrne interchange. Workers are replacing the current single-lane ramp from the inbound Ryan to the outbound Ike with a mile-long two-lane bridge. That new road is expected to ease congestion by 50%. Now that's a look at your current road conditions, but overnight a semi-truck carrying 8,500 gallons of fuel burst into flames on the Kennedy near River Road. It happened just after 1 a.m. and caused a complete closure of the expressway, as well as the ramps to I-190 and the southbound tri-state. Now fortunately, the driver was able to get out of the tanker before it exploded. Now all roads are back open after the nearly 4-hour cleanup, but you can see still very wet conditions on your road, so please use caution when you're driving. Now this week's call action centered around that 37.50 strike, pricing at 63 cents. February calls go as high as the 42 strike, and there has been quite a bit of activity with the February 37 put, which is already in the money. 2 people are dead and 1 person is critically injured after a serious accident this morning at Roosevelt and Clinton. Going to show you some video of the aftermath of the crash. An SUV seen here crashed into a light pole and was immediately engulfed in flames. Now 2 people in that vehicle were killed. The 3rd person taken to Stroger Hospital in critical condition. This happened in the 1200 block of South Clinton, and the intersection of Roosevelt and Clinton remains closed. So you will have to detour around this indefinitely. Power lines are down in the area, and accident investigators are on scene.
Welcome back to Chi-Town Rising. Now we're getting ready to ring in the new year in less than an hour, but Chicago's children rang in their own new year earlier today. The family-friendly portion of Chi-Town Rising kicked off in Millennium Park, allowing children to travel around the world for New Year's Eve. The free event culminated with a Kids Countdown Spectacular that left the children's New Year's Eve dreams fulfilled and their parents happy the kids were going to bed before midnight. And what time do you think you'll go to bed tonight?
Well, I don't know, about 9.
Me, I will go to bed a little bit later than that.
Whether you're 7 or 70, there really is something for everyone at Chi-Town Rising. Now let's head back to the main event and check in with Mario.
But all of this depends on the dry weather continuing in the Ivory Coast and Ghana, who are the top producers of cocoa in the world.
All right, well, is it all weather, or are there any other factors contributing to this bullish move, perhaps on the supply side?
No, there are other factors. Macquarie Group estimates that this year we'll see our first shortage in cocoa. In 3 years, it'll be our first shortage. They estimate that demand will exceed supply by more than 100,000 metric tons. We also saw some water-damaged bags of cocoa have to be removed earlier this month from London's exchange warehouses in Antwerp, so that could also be supporting prices right now. You can bring the Stanley Cup back to Chicago this year?
Most definitely. There's always a shot here. That's why it's always so exciting to be part of this organization.
All right, well, since we are in the Chevy Dealer Chicago Blackhawks Family Fun Zone, I think we should head over and take a look at some of the games.
That's it.
So it wouldn't be a complete day in the Fun Zone if we didn't try out some of the games. I'm going to be a brave soul and take on a pro hockey player at Shoot the Puck. All right, let's see how this goes. In 3, 2.
That's it on the first try.
Good morning, Michelle and Anthony. Now, there are no minivans in the area that I'm standing right now because I am in the Supercar Gallery, and this is where the cars of your dream exist in real life. Just to be in this gallery, your price tag has to have a minimum price of $100,000, and they go all the way up to a car that cost more than $2.6 million. Yes, you heard me, $2.6 million. What car is that? It's this one right here. Raza, my photographer, is giving you a live look look right now at the Bugatti Veyron Grand Sport Vitesse. Now, this blue car was actually custom made for the Transformers movie, and I'm told that it can reach velocities so high that it could literally take flight if it wasn't for the complex aerodynamic system that exists inside this particular vehicle. Now, I did get the chance to get in it, and it's so low to the ground that you almost feel like you're laying down. So I'm going to head over to another car that's a little bit higher up, and we're going to give you a look inside of this one. Right now, we are approaching the Rolls-Royce Ghost. Now, this car costs $364,000, which doesn't sound like that much after $2.6 million. But let me tell you, I'm a little bit afraid to even touch the doors. We're going to do it anyway, though, so here we go. I'm going to open this guy first. This has coach doors, and the really unique feature, when you spend this much money on a car, it comes with all the bells and whistles. So, Raza, take a look right here. I'm going to push this button, and out is going to pop my own custom Rolls-Royce umbrella. So if it's ever raining while you're riding in your Rolls-Royce Ghost, no need to worry, you have your very own umbrella. And don't worry, there are cars for every car lover here. There's Bentley's new SUV, and I'm really liking this car, guys, so I'm just gonna hop right in because I'm feeling pretty at home here, and I'm gonna send it back to you in studio.
Yellow means we're dealing with patches of snow or ice, so you need to be particularly careful on the Ford, the southernmost stretch of the Ryan and the Kennedy. We're seeing the most issues there. And overnight drivers were really dealing with slick conditions as well across the Chicago area. 3 accidents occurred on the Bishop Ford almost simultaneously, leaving drivers with minor injuries and cars, as you can see, with major damage. That one even lost its wheel. Now, these crashes temporarily shut down the inbound Ford at 103rd Street. Another accident at that same location shut down the inbound Ford just during the 8 o'clock hour, and the right lane remains blocked there. Anthony?
Hi, Marley.
Hey, Anthony, that police pursuit began in southwest suburban LaSalle and ended on the inbound Stevenson at Loomis Street downtown. The stolen truck was chased for miles, shutting down that inbound trip as police closely followed behind the vehicle. Spike strips were used to slow the car, and one person inside was taken to Mercy Hospital with minor injuries. All lanes are now open on the Stevenson, but that doesn't provide much relief for those who were caught in this moving closure for more than an hour. 10:19 on this Sunday morning, and no major accidents out there on your roads. We are watching some slow traffic inbound on the Ike and the Kennedy, all because of this construction project. It's on the inbound Kennedy between Madison and the Eisenhower, your right lane out until tomorrow morning at 4 a.m., as well as your exit to the outbound Ike. To get on that, you'll have to continue south on 9094, hop off at 18th Street, and head back northbound. Then you can access the outbound Eisenhower.
Let's check in with Marley, who's at the Navy Pier with a look at the scene on the lake.
The party is in full swing here at Navy Pier. I think some people behind me are showing you that. The champagne is being poured, and people are starting to head outside to get the perfect spot to watch that epic fireworks show that Akbar just told us about. That also means the star will rise soon, and I want to give you a little bit of perspective. The ceiling in this ballroom is almost exactly the same height as that Chicago star. Now, we're going to give you a quick look at how that star was made coming up in just a minute, but now I want to send it over to Akbar at the Corona Beach House.
Thanks, Mark. I do have some more details for you. I can try to fill in what Lieutenant Ramian wasn't able to offer you. Alcoa's holding strong on the most active list with nearly 170,000 contracts traded. The aluminum maker bucked its sector's downward trend and posted 2-year highs yesterday. This all after J.P. Morgan upgraded the stock from neutral to overweight and lifted the price target from $9 to $15. And now for what can only be described as the tour de force of the 2015 Chicago Auto Show. This is the Bugatti Veyron 16.4 Grand Sport Vitesse. It can go 0 to 60 in 2.5 seconds and has 1,200 horsepower. So what's a car like that cost? Well, if you guessed more than $2.5 million, you would be right.
It's going to be a gnarly traffic day as well.
It is. If you can avoid driving, just don't get in your car today. Take the CTA, ride a bike. It's going to be gnarly.
I don't know where that word came from.
That's a professional traffic term, actually.
Exactly.
I'll be putting that in every report from now on.
You know, we'll have an update on the gnarly weather and traffic in an hour.
Now I got to break
Drop
this stick.
mic.